for the race by Grins. Out and about, checking out some of the farms, and called into Stonewall Stud. Steve Telfer, firstly, thank you very much for showing me around the place. An amazing place.
Yeah, no, we're real proud of it, mate. You know, there's a lot of work gone into it, but still a little bit more to be done. But it looks pretty good at the moment.
It is amazing. It is amazing. I'm going to call it a monster, but training establishment that you actually have. How many horses do you have in work here on the North Following?
Look, we got about 75 on the books, but we're working 55 at the moment.
It's an amazing. I think it's great. I think the industry needs more people with as many horses as what you've got. I think it's brilliant what you guys are doing, and I just shake my head. I'm just like, you look at them and I'm like, oh man, I couldn't wake up every morning to that. You love it though?
Yeah, no, I do. You know, it's just when anything get like that, you've just organisation's everything. So, I think we're pretty well organised and everyone knows their job and we get about it and get through it pretty well.
You've got the South Island as well, and we'll touch on that at the end of it. BD Joe, he goes around on Friday night in the race sponsored by the Grins, and that which, one, you're excited about $1 million race on your back doorstep, and it's going to be here very shortly?
Yeah, very much so. It's one of the big ones for the year, really. So, all the build-up's been, a lot of publicity about it, and the build-up's been good. So, it's nice to have BD Joe in it. He's had a good season all year round. He went to Sydney, he went to some good races. He was a little unlucky in a few of them, but I still thought he raced well, and he's come home and freshened up well. And we had his first start in the mile last week. I was a little disappointed he didn't keep up with the first few, but a subsequent test has shown that he was slightly off in blood, but nothing major. But we've tried to fix that up this week, and his training yesterday was anything to go by. He seems on song.
What do you do with him? Do you go that little bit quieter, I suppose, or do you just sort of stick to your guns and stay sort of the normal training pattern and just hope he picks up, or how do you go about it?
Yeah, no, pretty much stuck to what we were going to do. It was 8 days between the races. He was always going to have a wee bit of a searching run during the week. It was only a mile last week, and that was his first one for about 5 weeks. So we think training wise, he's done the miles and he's well. So it's just got to just hope that it was only minor his blood. So but at that level, that can be the difference. So he seems good yesterday, and he was sort of jogging through his bridle this morning. So he definitely seems well.
Oh, it's good. And you mentioned there before about Sydney, and it just didn't go right, did it, for him at all in Sydney? He couldn't get out in the lead up to the Miracle Mile. Newcastle Cup, he got touching the wheels. It just, nothing sort of went to plan for you guys there at all.
No, look, definitely learned a few things on the trip. Happy with the horse. His runs were great. I think in the mile qualifier he come from last and was pushing the second one over the line, in fast time. He won first up, sitting parked in 50, and then he ran second in the light horse, just run down by the trail horse Bondi Lockdown. But and the flat track at Newcastle, the carts in Australia are probably a little bit narrower than the ones here, and he has got a bit of a swing in his back legs, and he definitely hit the wheels when Tim was trying to get him to go, and around the first bend and the other bends after that. So that was the one that was real costly, because drawn one, he probably would have been hard to beat and could have gone straight through with that one, hopefully.
They're all learning curves though, and I think horses come on from those, but I think trainers and training establishments do as well. And I would imagine the group, as you say there before about Tim, I would imagine Tim probably learns as well. He might, when he goes out driving, just look at a few extra things other than just warming up and what is actually going on.
Yeah, look, Tim's very good. He's he's our driver and he works in the South Island, but he's virtually another eyes and ears in the training, because he's not afraid to voice his opinion, and which is good. He's got a lot of experience, and he virtually. Yeah, he's another set of training eyes, because he really zeroes in on them, tries to have them 100%, because it's at his benefit if they run well.
Yeah, no, it is indeed. Confidence level tomorrow night, like it's a tricky draw. I was talking to Greg Sugars there before, and I didn't even mention the draws, but 5, 6 and 7 for you guys here at Stonewall. Yeah. Tricky is one way of putting it. Probably horrible draws is probably a better way of putting it over a mile.
Yeah, 2200 tomorrow.
2200, sorry.
Yeah. But look, it's still the same thing at Cambridge. Cambridge is, one of our tracks, so we know it pretty well. Got to be handy at Cambridge. You don't come from a long way back unless there's some tactic beside the normal up front. They just struggle to make ground. So, and the Marcus is definitely the place to be. So, look, we've got a chance. He's got good gate speed. We're going to go out and try and find the markers anyway. So first option is to, we'll come out and try and look for the front, and if he hasn't got it, then we'll go to plan B. But definitely going to try and go forward and put him in the race.
I put some excitement into the race. I'm sure you've been doing a lot of media today. I'm sure a lot of people sat up and said, "Well, this is good."
Yeah. No, I've done a bit of it over the last week, but look, that's just it's just the way we work here too. Like we actually like to have a go, and the owners are on board with that as well. So, but BD Joe's been like that all through his career. He's raced up on the pace, and when he's had the Barrett, and he's more often than not been good enough to do it from up there. So he is adaptable and he can come with a sit, but just around Cambridge, I think we want to be handy.
You say he's an exciting horse. Like, he's got so much upside. I saw him first in the New Zealand Cup, and I think he ran fourth that day. But he was just getting home so strong. No, it wasn't. It was a free for all. Sorry, on the Friday, and been able to watch him ever since. He's got a bright future. This horse over both like Australia and New Zealand going forward with the Grand Circuit races. Hopefully. Yeah, no, I think he has. Like he's developed. He was good at 3. Krug was just a little better, but he still won some good 3-year-old race, the Jewels and that. But he's definitely got stronger and better as the next 18 months has gone by. He's ran all season. He's really ran some good races. I don't think. I think he's up to any level really. So if he gets the run to suit, he can definitely win. The rest of it, you were the Premier Trainer last year, I think, which is a great effort in itself. How are things going this year so far?
A lot slower start this year. We probably raced a lot longer than normal towards the end of last season, probably chasing the premiership. So it's been a little bit slower to start this year. But we've got a lot of 2-year-olds that are trialling and getting ready, and I'd expect us to have a pretty good last sort of 7 or 8 months. So I think Robert and Jenna are skipped way out in front. But I think we'll have a good finish. Whether we can bridge them back will be another thing. But I think we'll have a good end of the year.
How rewarding is it to win the premiership? I mean, I've got no doubt at some point in time you would have said, right, we want to be the leading trainer in New Zealand. To actually achieve that, how rewarding was that?
Oh, look, it was real rewarding. I spent a lot of time at Barry, and I learnt a lot from Barry, and he was, when I started, and still is now, he's one of the premier trainers in this hemisphere really. So and he was always up there. So it's very rewarding. It's a reward for the effort that not only you but all the staff and everyone associated puts in. Jill in the office and everyone that's associated with it. So takes a lot of organisation, but it's very rewarding, mate.
It is a very big team effort. You've achieved a lot. Today you actually achieved something a little bit different as well. Not really the question you expected when we're promoting the race by the Grins, but congratulations, your first trotting winner, mate. Well done.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of pressure on from Jill for that one. She went and picked out a couple of weaning trotters a couple of years ago, and we had a little 3-year-old What the Hill filly that did the job really well down at Winton at her first start. So no, exciting to have her through. We've got a couple of other trotters. We haven't got a heap of numbers, but we've probably got 2 or 3 in each age bracket from there down. So it's an area we're definitely looking to branch into, because we've got been predominantly paces till now. There's an opportunity there with like Auckland, virtually half their races are trotters races these days. So it's probably the next aspect that we want to branch into, and we've started off okay.
Probably like premiership training and winning a lot of races, it probably makes a lot of sense. But I know in years gone by there was one trot race on a meeting, so you could afford to miss that one race. But now, and I mentioned Australia as well, it's the same thing. It's getting, it's not 50%, it's a long way off 50%, but it is getting a lot bigger both sides.
Well, I think it's getting a lot bigger both sides, but I think Auckland would be pretty close to 50% just with the numbers that they have up here. That Michelle and Bernie got big teams, and I know through the winter, and that quite often half the meeting has been trotters races, and then Auckland would have struggled without them, to be honest. So, from where we are, and even in the South Island with all the meetings, it makes sense to try and get in. I've looked on it as a bit of a challenge too. So, it's good to get that one away, and hopefully there's a few more to come.
I love you, trotters, mate. Welcome to the dark side, as they might say. I think it's a great effort. Steve, thank you. Thanks for the hospitality, and also thank you for giving me 5 minutes. Good luck tomorrow night. Hopefully, I'm shoving this thing down your throat tomorrow night, about 9 o'clock your time here, 7 o'clock Australian time. I think it's 20 to 7 roughly, the race. So, or 20 to 9, sorry, the race is. So good luck tomorrow night, but well done on everything you're achieving, and congratulations on the trot and winner, mate, as well.
No worries, mate. I hope to be talking at 9. The first one's on me if you are, mate.
I don't drink, so it's even better. Thank you.